So Zohran Mamdani just became the first Muslim mayor of New York City. And 50 Cent, who is a New York native, is not too happy about that. In fact, he just posted this on his Instagram, saying rest in peace to New York City.
And my job as someone who believes deeply in the public sector is to ensure that we're delivering public excellence. And that means every dollar that we raise, I want to be able to prove to you that it's every dollar that's being well spent. That's the relationship there. And I do have to say, even though we have a disagreement on tax policy, every time I get a death threat, I still listen to many men.
And Republicans actively protect pedophiles.
DL Hughley recently called out 50 Cent, and his critique raises some notable points. He highlighted the frustration many feel toward wealthy celebrities who claim to support the public but react with alarm when policies emerge that could genuinely benefit ordinary citizens. As you may know, Zohran Mamdani was recently elected as the mayor of New York City. Yet, even before he's had a chance to settle into office, 50 Cent has been suggesting that the city is already on a downward path. DL publicly criticized 50 Cent, calling out the apparent hypocrisy and cautioning him against projecting a misleading image. In this discussion, we'll break down exactly what 50 Cent said that sparked this response and why even Mayor Mamdani felt compelled to address the situation.
The working people of New York have been told by the wealthy and the well-connected that power does not belong in their hands. Tonight, against all odds, we have grasped it. The future is in our hands.
The situation began after Zohran Mamdani made history as New York City's first Muslim mayor and one of its most progressive leaders in recent memory. His campaign centered on policies like rent freezes, affordable housing, and free public transit, all designed to improve conditions for working-class residents rather than benefit the wealthy. However, this focus appears to have triggered 50 Cent. After Mamdani's win, he took to social media, declaring that New Yorkers were finished, which immediately stirred controversy and drew widespread attention, and shared an image of a tombstone that read, "Rest in peace, New York City, with the city's year of death as 2025. After that, he shared a photo of him having dinner with his homies and captioned it, "Escape from New York, hit the road. All roads lead to Shreveport." For reference, Shreveport, a city in northwestern Louisiana, is where 50 Cent is currently developing a large entertainment and film production hub through G-Unit Film and Television. He has leased studio space, announced plans for a $50 million entertainment district, and is promoting Shreveport as the new center of his expanding business ventures. Essentially, he's signaling that anyone who wants to collaborate with him should now head there. So why the backlash over Mayor Mamdani's victory? Mamdani's proposals include raising income taxes by roughly 2% for individuals earning over $1 million per year, increasing the corporate tax rate to about 11.5%, and reforming a property tax system that currently favors billionaire penthouses over modest homes in the Bronx. He also aims to shift part of the tax burden from working-class neighborhoods to affluent areas like Central Park South, where luxury condos often receive significant breaks, while residents in outer boroughs face higher relative costs. This appears to have triggered 50 Cent, who has since acted as if the city is on the brink of collapse. Social media, however, responded quickly, with users calling him out as a sellout and accusing him of hypocrisy. One person commented, "The guy who sold crack in his community suddenly cares about their well-being." Another wrote, "When you were shot 9 times, your hospital bills were covered by taxpayers." Someone else added, "Your grandmother was on food stamps." Another jokingly remarked, "Won't be long before he's in Tel Aviv kissing the wall." It was at this point that DL Hughley weighed in. He said, "It's surprising to see people like 50, who came from struggle, now opposing policies meant to support the very communities they came from." He also pointed out that many wealthy celebrities remained silent when Trump cut food stamp programs. Yet now they are warning the public about Mayor Mamdani as if he were the real threat.
Here's what's interesting to me. So Mamdani is going to be the new mayor of New York, the 34-year-old kid. Like I said, I live in New York. I couldn't vote in that election, but if I could, it would have been an easy choice. But here's what I really don't understand. The man who is actively trying to use hunger to get his political way, saying that people won't have food unless they do his political bidding. It's saying that the man who wants to make rent cheaper, public transportation cheaper, and food cheaper is the one who is ruining America. So the man who wants to starve you to get what he wants thinks that the dude who wants to feed you, house you, and get you make you able to get around cheaper is the horrible one. That tells you everything you need to know about where we are.
Now, Mayor Mamdani has responded directly to 50 Cent to clarify his tax proposals. After 50 Cent joked that he would pay the mayor $285,750 to leave New York City. Mamdani responded with humor, pointing out that 50 had clearly misunderstood how taxing the top 1% actually works. He emphasized that the policy is not intended to punish success, but to create fairness and ensure that the benefits of the city's growth are shared more broadly, rather than favoring only the wealthiest residents.
What I would say to you, 50, if you are indeed watching, or anyone else who's watching this show, is I continue to think that having the top 1% of New York City, who are making more than $1 million a year, having them pay 2% more for an economic agenda that would transform every New Yorker's life, including their own, is something that is worthwhile. I have to say, even though we have a disagreement on tax policy, every time I get a death threat, I still listen to Many Men. It's true.
Well, you take Many Men for motivation. I was going to say your answer sounds a little bit like clickety-clank, the money goes into my piggy bank.
Wow.
And if we had more time, we'd do more 50.
However, 50 Cent didn't let the matter rest. After seeing Mamdani's response, he shared a clip on Instagram with a caption that clearly expressed his continued frustration. I think his intentions are good, but his tax plan is going to run the big money out of the city, and if he defunds the police, they are going to purge. All roads lead to Shreveport. Now, let's analyze this, because 50 Cent's post is a classic example of a scare tactic. Wealthy individuals threatening to leave when taxes are raised is a strategy that has been used for decades. New Yorkers have heard similar claims since the 1970s, yet very few actually follow through. Why? Because they understand that New York is where the real opportunities and wealth are concentrated. Take billionaire hedge fund manager Bill Ackman as an example. During the campaign, he attacked Zohran Mamdani relentlessly, not just on policy, but with personal attacks. He shared racially charged posts, portrayed Mamdani as an extreme threat to the city, and even threatened to move to Florida if Mamdani won. But here's the ironic twist. The moment Mamdani was officially declared the winner, Ackman posted a completely different reaction. Zohran Mamdani, congrats on the win. Now you have a big responsibility. If I can help New York City, just let me know what I can do. You can leave, like you said you would. That was the general reaction to Ackman's tweet. So what happened to the Florida move? Suddenly, Ackman was talking about supporting Mayor Mamdani and helping lead New York. The truth is, it was never really about leaving. It was always a pre-election fear tactic. Whenever power begins to shift, wealthy individuals often use the same playbook, warn that the economy will collapse, jobs will disappear, and that they are being unfairly targeted. In reality, they rarely intend to go anywhere. Their businesses, investors, and networks are deeply rooted in the cities where they operate. In this case, New York. Research shows that millionaires and billionaires seldom relocate because of tax changes. It's not only about taxes. They can't easily replicate the ecosystem they've built elsewhere. The talent, infrastructure, connections, and brand presence are unique to their current location. Instead, they bluff. They publicly threaten to leave in hopes of pressuring politicians to back down. When that doesn't work, they adjust their approach, suddenly appearing cooperative, philanthropic, or concerned about the working class. After the votes, they act like team players. This pattern is evident with both Ackman and 50 Cent. The moment their wealth or status is challenged, or a tax policy affects even a small part of their earnings, they resort to fear-mongering. They claim to speak for the average person while continuing their business as usual. It's never really about leaving. It's about preserving influence and power. If you look past the loud threats, the physical and financial footprint remains unchanged. The luxury homes, entertainment ventures, and corporate headquarters are all still in place. The city continues to serve as the base for wealth accumulation. And the threats? They fade quickly once the pressure is off. Regarding 50 Cent's claim that Mamdani intends to defund the police, this is another misconception. A close look at the policy shows that Mamdani never proposed cutting law enforcement funding entirely. Instead, he aims to rebalance the city's budget, investing more in housing, mental health, and community programs, rather than funneling massive sums into a police department that still struggles with crime prevention. This approach isn't chaos, it's practical governance. Research shows that cities investing in their communities, rather than solely in punitive measures, often experience lower crime rates. Despite this, 50 Cent's post-Stokes fear, suggesting that higher taxes and budget reallocation will ruin New York. That narrative mainly benefits the wealthy, while ordinary New Yorkers remain focused on issues like rent, transit costs, and safety. Meanwhile, 50's concern is limited to a tax increase he could easily cover from his mansion in Houston. This highlights exactly what DL Hughley criticized. Someone who built a brand around get rich or die trying suddenly framing struggling residents as the problem. Ultimately, this isn't just about 50 Cent or a single billionaire. It reflects a broader pattern: wealthy individuals trying to convince the public that progress is dangerous. Mayor Mamdani's goal is simply to improve life for working people, and that seems to be what makes some so anxious. The truth is, those claiming RIP New York aren't leaving. They'll remain in the city, continuing to profit from the same system they publicly claim is doomed. So now, I want to hear from you. Do you believe 50 Cent is right that Mamdani's plan could harm New York? Or has he forgotten his roots now that he's wealthy? Share your thoughts below, and I'll see you in the next video.